Well, hello, my honor students. Hey, my 8th graders and 7th graders, don't forget, I do need those books back. It sounds like the first week of June they want the teachers to come in and clean out their room. So I'll give you a day and time and see if your parents or you can get me the book. Now, if you're coming to Divine Child, I guess you can't get it to me in August when school starts back up. Just don't throw it away and don't destroy it. But especially if you're not coming to Divine Child, please if you don't give me the books back, I can't teach next year's class. So I'll tell you next week or the week after. I'll have a day or two where I'll have an hour or two where I'm just sitting there waiting for the book. Anyways, I want to go over the homework that was due last night. So 4 sine x in degrees. So the normal x-axis is 90, 180, 270, 360. It's the quadrantal angles, the axis angles. So 4 means take sine and multiply everything by 4. So it stretches it out. It changes the amplitude, and the amplitude's the absolute value of this number, which would be 4. So sine is 0, 1, 0, negative 1, 0. So I multiplied everything by 4, and it's a curve. If I see straight segments, I take points off. Y equals cosine 2x. By the way, there's 2 videos today. The second one I might make a little bit later, but okay, there's 2 today that you need to watch. But cosine 2x, you take 360 and divide by 2 because I'm changing the period. I want 2 hills and valleys where I used to have 1 between 0 and 360, so that means every 180 degrees. Then I multiply that by a fourth to get the important numbers. Now I did this on purpose to show you something. I knew the period is shorter, so I should have made my 1 bigger, so I'd make my period bigger because 180 is 3 times whatever your 1 is. I'm a little bit off, but close. So if I'd have made my 1 bigger, then this would be over here and you'd see more. But you still got to write the 4 numbers, 45, 90, 135, 180. Cosine is 1, 0, negative 101. Negative 2 sine x, well, sine we was 0 and I actually marked it. Now don't color it in solid because that means that's the answer. But then I'm going to take every number and add negative 2. So everything's moving down 2, so we're shifting it down. Now this one I wanted to do with you. So the period 360 divided by b, so that means I want half the graph between 0 and 360. So that means it would take 720 to get the full graph. 1/4 of 720 is 180. So it means every 180 degrees something important happens. So 180 is 3 of those. So I should have made this smaller because this is stretch out here. So 180, twice that is 360. Mercy. Then we have 540. Then, 720. So before it would go from here to here, but now it takes all the way to here. Now remember, cosine is 1, 0, negative 101. So I'm going to multiply every major point by negative 2. So 1 times negative 2, 0. Then negative 1 times negative 2. Then 0. And then back to negative 2. Now the amplitude's the absolute value of negative 2, which would be 2. And the period is 720. Now you got to curve this. So that's the mistake a lot of people make. Oops. I'm not going to get it. There we go. People like to do segment. Vroom, vroom. So it looks like, I don't know what it looks like, but just sharp edges. Now, radians. Y equals negative 3 sine x. Radians, 90 degrees is pi over 2. Then 180 is pi. 3 pi over 2. Now 2 pi. Now I have had some students that just hate radians. So they would graph it in degrees and then use the conversion of pi times 180. So if this was 90, you can times it by that. And it'd be 90 goes into 180 twice, so it's pi over 2. So I don't care, but you got to get it down. Cosine 2x, so you go 2 pi divided by 2, because 2 pi is 360, so the formula is 2 pi. By the way, the amplitude would be 3, absolute value of negative 3. So pi. So now we go 1/4 of that. Some of you are still doing pi over 2. No. 1/4 of pi is pi over 4. Pi. So then 2 pi over 4 reduces to pi over 2, 3 pi over 4, and pi. And then here we go. Then this one, 1 plus cosine x, you just draw the regular cosine x, 0 to 2 pi, then you move everything up 1. Now this one, tricky problem. Oh, tricky problem. You go 2 pi divided by 2 pi, which is 1. Now, a lot of you found that, then you use 2 pi. No, the period is 1. Now, notice the amplitude is 2, but the period is 1. So you go 1/4 of 1 is 1/4. So it's every fourth. So I'm going to make this 1. Then I'd have -1 and -2. So it's going to be 1/4, 2/4, which is a half, 3/4, and 1. Now, technically, this one should be the same distance as this one, but I'm a little bit off. It's hard to be perfect. Now, sine is 0, 1, 0, -1, 0, and I'm going to multiply everything by 2. Now, if you want to, I have no problem. Just draw a little dot so you know where you're at. Now multiply by 2. So 0, 1 times 2 is 2, 0. -1 times 2 is -2, 0. And then curve it. Notice how it's squished together. Oh, because the period was squished. So there you go. Video 2 will be coming up. Bye-bye.